What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 80, and we start today's episode off with that Champions League quarter-final second leg game against Porto here as the Portuguese side come to Carrow Road. And of course the first leg ended in an abysmal defeat. We lost by 4-1. So coming into this game we had to score at least 3 goals here in Norwich, otherwise Porto would indeed be going through. So it was going to be a very difficult game and a very difficult scenario for us, really, having to score 3 goals against Porto, who defended really well in the first leg. As you would have seen, Fabiano played really well, found it very difficult to get past that centre-back partnership of Thiago Ferreira and Rolando, and of course Alexandro and Danilo are fantastic fullbacks as well. So I found it very difficult to score goals against Porto in the first leg. So I was, if we were to go and win this game, we had to win it by 3-0. I knew it would be very difficult, but the first chance did come to us in the 9th minute. Lukaku goes one-on-one, gets past Thiago Ferreira, goes through, but again Fabiano makes a brilliant save, so it looks like he's going to carry on his fantastic form from the first leg into the second leg. And in the 24th minute here, another good chance for us. Nathan Redmond finds Leroy Fer, our captain strikes it, good save by the goalkeeper, and then the shot by Anthony goes wide, so still 0-0. But in the 49th minute here, so no goals in the first half, but in the 49th minute Wijnaldum plays a great ball out wide to Redmond down the right hand side, chips the ball into Lukaku, but again Fabiano makes an incredible save. The goalkeeper was just frustrating the hell out of me. Still 0-0, but in the 66th minute here, we had to score 3 goals. It was looking very unlikely as things stood. But Wijnaldum picked the ball up here, played it through to Lukaku, and finally the ball does go into the back of the net. Serious shot power by Lukaku there. Gets his 13th of the season. No chance for the goalkeeper this time. 1-0 here. But in the 75th minute, what a chance for Quintero to score here and make it 1-1. But he did miss it, but it did finish at 1-0 to Norwich, so we are out of the Champions League. We lose by 4-2 on aggregate. Not a real surprise. That loss in Portugal was way too big for us to recover from. So we do go out. Barcelona, Bayern Munich and Manchester City are the 3 teams remaining in the semis. So yeah, we're out of the Champions League. We get 5 million for it come the end of the game. But we are out of the Champions League. But to be fair, I never thought we'd get to the quarterfinals. I didn't know if we'd be able to get out of our group. We had a pretty difficult group, obviously. Bayern Munich, Copenhagen and obviously Galatasaray, who won the Europa League last year after knocking us out. I didn't think we'd get to the quarterfinals. I thought at the very most we'd get to the round of 16. We knocked out Real Madrid, which was unbelievably unsurprising. So getting to the quarterfinals, I'm happy with that. It's our debut season in the Champions League, don't forget. It's our debut season, and we managed to get to the quarterfinals. So I think that's quite good. There's positives to take out of that tournament. It was really good. And now, of course, the focus is, of course, on the FA Cup and on the league. So we can still get to the FA Cup final and hopefully win that, and we can still qualify for the Champions League. It is going to be difficult. We're up to 6th. It is going to be difficult though. We are still a few points behind and time is running out. We're running out of games to get the points, so it is going to be difficult, but I still believe we can get both. Obviously win the FA Cup and qualify for the Champions League, although it will be difficult. But in the 17th minute, the first chance came here against Cardiff in Wales. Magnus Wolff-Eikrem went for the header. It was cleared away. Came to Nathaniel Chaloba, but his shot was well saved by David Marshall. Tipped onto the post. Or was it Joe Lewis starting goal? I'm not sure. But still 0-0. But in the 22nd minute here, Kim picks up the ball, crosses the ball in, and Nicky Maynard has a free header. Good save by the goalkeeper, but is cleared only as far as Kadeem Harris, and Harris puts the ball into the back of the net. So Cardiff are in front here in Wales, and it is 1-0 to them. But in the 36th minute here, we win the ball back. Eikrem finds Ross Barkley. Barkley sprints down the middle, plays a great ball through to Ravel Morrison. Morrison down the right hand side. First touch is good, then crosses the ball into the far post, and Odelusi puts the ball past Joe Lewis in goal. So Odelusi scores, and it's 1-1 here. We're back on level terms. And in the 51st minute here, Odelusi clicks the ball again, gives it over to Ross Barkley. Barkley down left hand side, gets past his man, takes aim, and finds the top corner. So the comeback is complete. We make it 2-1, and Barkley once again in some really good form. He just won't grow. The stats for him just don't seem to improve whatsoever despite the form, but he really is playing well at the moment, and he scores our second goal of the game to make it 2-1 here, and we're in front. And in the 58th minute here, Odelusi plays the ball through to Ross Barkley. Eventually the ball comes back to Odelusi. Bit of a scrappy goal really, but I'm not going to say no to it. Odelusi makes it 3-1 to us here. The 2-goal cushion is restored, not restored, but gained, And in the 79th minute here, Wilson Eduardo is crossing into the box, finds Kim, and Kimbo Kyung makes it 3-2 here, but it does finish 3-2. So we do go ahead and get the win there. We do get all 3 points. Odalusi with 2, Barkley with 1. So a very, very good win. It was very tough. It was very, very tough. Cardiff were very strong on offense, but I was very happy to get the 3 points there. And straight after that, Jack Butland hands in a transfer request. So this was coming. We signed him in the first season after John Ruddy departed. He was our first choice goalkeeper up until January, and now Barkley isn't playing anymore. He's our third choice goalkeeper. He's gone from first to third very, very quickly, and yeah, he hands in a transfer request. It's not a surprise, and we accept it because he's not going to be getting the games. Forster is now our first choice goalkeeper. McCarthy is second choice because he's better overall by 2 ratings. And Butland just isn't going to get into the team anymore. I'd like to keep him. I'd like to keep him and possibly send him out on loan. But he wants to go, and I'm not going to say no. If we can get like 1.5 million or whatever, which is about how much we paid for him, then I'll accept it. So Butland wants to go. He hands in a transfer request, and we accept it. And the third and final game of today's episode is against Manchester City. So we take on City at Carrow Road. This is another must-win game here. We really do need to pick up all 3 points. Forgot to show the league table there. Sorry about that. We do need to pick up the 3 points in this game and progress and try and make sure we battle for that fourth place finish come the end of the season. And the first chance of the game came in the 34th minute here. Lukaku goes down the left-hand side here, chips the ball over the top to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum comes through, takes the ball around Joleon Lescott. Surely going to put the ball into the bottom corner. No, he puts it wide. Terrible, terrible miss there, and he should have scored. And in the 38th minute here, Lukaku's bicycle kick wins a corner after it was blocked and put wide for a corner. And the header by Leroy Fer is absolutely incredible. Great cross by Townsend, and that header was amazing. Seriously, the perfect trajectory, perfect power, in on the off the underside of the bar, and it's 1-0 to Norwich. And in the 50th minute here, we win the ball. Anthony gives it off to Leroy Fer, the goal scorer, down the right-hand side, crosses the ball in, and it's a lovely, lovely bicycle kick by Lukaku. Thought Joe Hart probably could have done better there, but he doesn't. It's an amazing bicycle kick though by Lukaku. You know, take nothing away from the finish there. The technique was perfect, and maybe Hart should have done better, but even so, it's a wonderful, wonderful bicycle kick, and it's 2-0 to us here. And we're playing really well. But in the 54th minute here, Fernandinho finds Micah Richards. The fullback gives it to James Milner. Eventually comes to Jovetic. His shot hits the post, and we do manage to get the ball away here. So still 2-0. But City make a substitution. Karim Benzema gets subbed off for Guidetti, the Swede, and it's still 2-0. But just past the hour mark here, Wijnaldum gives it off to Townsend. Townsend finds Nathaniel Klein. First time cross toward Odalusi. Header is brilliantly saved by Joe Hart there, and eventually City clear. They make another substitution here. Jovetic comes off for Vion, is that how you pronounce that? And it's still 2-0. But in the 71st minute here, Scott Sinclair collects the ball, teases Nathaniel Klein before getting past him, eventually gives it to John Guidetti. Great turn to get past Wijnaldum, and the Swedish striker makes it 2-1. Really good finish as he finds the bottom corner there. So Manchester City handed a lifeline. They're back in the game here. And in the 83rd minute, Guidetti's on the ball again after receiving a pass from Milner, crosses the ball in, and Vion heads the ball past Forster. I didn't even call Forster to come out there, but he did, so very frustrating. It's 2-2, and City peg us back as we were 2-0 in front. We're now pegged back to 2-2, but in the 90th minute here, I give the ball to Kirikez, let fly, and what an incredible goal by Vlad Kirikez. That was absolutely outstanding. What a wonderful goal by my centre-back. It was... I mean, he's got a fantastic long shot rating anyway. He's a defender that does get forward. You've seen that all through the season, but even so, I certainly didn't expect that. What an amazing strike by Kirikez. Carrow Road erupts, and it's an absolute wonder goal that separates the two teams. We go in front. It's 3-2. We've virtually won the last kicks of the game. And as I show those sliders here, just because there's always one or two people that question the validity of the goals or the gameplay. So yeah, it's a great goal by Kirikez. It really was fantastic, and that completes the 3-2 victory. So we were pegged back to 2-2 after being 2-0 up, but thankfully Kirikez saves our embarrassment of dropping points there, and we do indeed collect the 3 points. So very, very happy with that, and that was a huge, huge result. So there's some amazing goals in that game, and I was very pleased to get the win. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like, that's much appreciated. It really does help my channel out, and it only takes a second to click that like button, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.